Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone to this new stream, which is titled Knowing the God of Endgame Better, P. Harikrishna. I'll wait for people to join in before getting him on air. A warm welcome to everyone in the chat. Uh, you're going to get to know more about Hari Krishna in this stream. Also, if you have any questions for him, please do send them across. I'll be asking them intermittently. Very nice thing I want to share with you is the thumbnail for today, which is very interesting. I'm going to ask Hari Krishna how he liked it. But the idea was that I wanted to make something related to Endgame, and it was not very easy to show how. And then we thought, why not make this? There's this related to the movie Avengers Endgame, and so Hari is shown as a superhero like Tony Stark here, Iron Man. So now that a lot of people are joining in, let me invite Hari to the stream. Hello, Hari. Hi. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Sagar. Thank you. How are you guys? How are you?
Fantastic. So good to see you. And Hari, a huge congratulations for winning the gold medal at the Online Olympiad 2020. What a fantastic result for Team India.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, it has been really a great journey, and I mean, what a drama and what a end for the such an event. And yeah, I guess it's great.
Yeah, and you were like in between a tournament, and then you went to Poland, and then you played the last round from there. It was quite tough for you to manage everything.
Yeah, like I played the group stage before going to Poland. So therefore, I started with rapid time control, and then I played classical in Poland, and I played final from Poland. So I was actually. After 2 hours, I had a classical game. So yeah, it was.
You were like when the results came out, you were playing a game, right? You didn't even know
Yeah,
what had
yeah,
happened.
yeah. I had absolutely no clue. In fact, I was quite disappointed before going to the game because I just saw that we lost the. I mean, we lost the games based on disconnection. Um, but I didn't know anything like what has happened and anything afterwards. So I was just playing my game, and yeah. And afterwards, when I came back, it was like suddenly I had to call Srina to check what exactly happened. So
Yeah, yeah.
I just couldn't believe.
We
Yeah,
we missed you at the celebration stream because a lot of Indian players joined in. It would have been
yeah,
wonderful to have you,
yeah,
but you are here. And
yeah.
Hari, I know that you do not like hyperboles. You do not like people calling you God of Endgame and all of
Yes,
that.
yes,
You are
yes.
very, but still, how do you like this thumbnail?
Okay. Actually, I my favorite character from Marvel comics, or the I mean the whole Avengers is Iron Man. I mean, I
Oh,
don't know if you knew, or if I don't know how you got this one, but I was quite surprised that. When I saw this thumbnail, of course, I don't agree with the God of Endgame and such stuff, but okay, it's fine. I mean,
I will remove the God of Endgame and just keep GM Hari Krishna and send you this so you can use it at some point when you like.
yes, sure, sure. No, I that's my favorite character from Marvel. So it's I'm quite. I mean, I was quite disappointed when they killed the Iron Man character in the end game. So I hope he comes back in the next one.
True. But Hari, the way you played Endgame in this tournament was really commendable. and we will come to some part of chess
Yeah.
in this video. But first we want to know you better. I want the people in the audience to know you better. And so I have collected a small sort of collage of
Mm-hmm.
pictures from your
Mm-hmm.
life.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we go through them?
Sure, sure.
Okay, so here's the first picture. In fact, this is the youngest I have been able to find you playing chess.
Okay. Okay.
Uh, how old would you be here?
I think maybe 4.5 or 5, some maybe a little bit older, because I was too I was tiny when I was kid, so I really cannot recall, but probably 5 or 6, something like that.
5 or 6. And was it the time you started playing chess back then?
I think so. I mean, uh, I, if you have the full board, it is Petrov actually.
Yes, yes, I have.
But
I have. Wait, wait, wait. I just sliced it up, but I have the
yeah,
full board as well.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah. Yeah, this is Petrov. I played Queen E2, Queen E7, Bishop G4, and something like this. Anyway, so yeah, I was visiting my
ah,
relatives, and then like this is Murali Krishna. I think he's coach of Rohit Lalit. I think.
oh, he's Murli Krishna Gangaraju.
I think so. Yes, I
I
think I
because
don't know
because
the
today
surname.
I made a article on Teachers Day and I published his
Uh-huh.
picture, and
Okay.
he's right now, I am sure he's 25 years old. That picture, he was 25 years older.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
here's his younger
yeah,
self.
yeah, yeah.
Wow,
I think this is Murali Krishna. I mean Lalit must be knowing it, and yeah, we were just playing. Of course, he was a stronger player than me at that point of time, but it was just for fun. We were playing, and still I remember the trick is if he plays knight g5, I can take bishop g5. In this position.
now I see what you have done. He went,
Yeah,
your
yeah,
knight was on f3, he went bg4, you played
yeah.
h3,
H3,
and he
yes.
took, so you can't take with the queen because there'll be a discovered
Yeah,
check, so you take with the
exactly.
pawn.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So no, he was definitely stronger than me at that point of time, for sure. Yeah.
So, where were you born? Like in which city in Andhra Pradesh, and who
Um,
taught you chess?
I My grandparents, maternal grandparents, are from Pratipadu, and I'm from Vinjanam. Yes, this is my maternal grandfather and grandmother,
Wow,
and I'm from Vinjanam, which is my father and my father's native place and so on. But I was staying at my grandparents' place because I had some kind of allergy towards water or something like that. I mean, it's a crazy story, but to put it short, I was just raised at my grandparents' place, and that's how I got introduced to chess.
fantastic, fantastic. Praveen Bish says God of Endgame, Harikrishna Anna 2 OP.
Thank you.
And Sai Bhargava says in Telugu, Anna ni Endgame Racha Nuvu Keka. I,
Okay. What he means is Anna ni endgame ratsa nu keka. It means your endgame is I cannot literally translate because it's more of not colloquially used. So anyway, thank you to both of them. Yeah.
and Ravi Teja Reddy says Hari Anna Telugu Pride.
Thank
Fantastic.
you. Thank you.
So this your grandfather, how strong would he be as a chess player? Would he be, was he rated, or I mean at back
Uh,
then?
no, no. He was just playing in village for time pass. Basically, he's a farmer, and he was kind of retired, and I don't think he would be rated in current scenario. But he's just very enthusiastic about chess, and that's how I got interest in chess actually. I don't think he was a very strong player, but he had quite high ambitions. That's how I would put it.
For you?
Yeah, actually, for me, yes. I mean, he used to believe me more than I believe in myself. So yes.
So he followed your chess career until like a lot of time. Like he would follow your chess games.
Yeah. Like he passed away in 2000, in the year 2005. But yeah, he was coming with me to tournaments and um, even for coaching camps and various places. It was quite incredible that he couldn't speak English or I mean, Hindi he could understand, but English not really. But somehow he managed. I simply don't know how, but he just managed it.
Amazing. And this is a picture
My
of you with your mother.
yes. This was 2 years ago. Yeah,
Yes, this was 2 years ago. This is a picture I found of your mom. Tell us a bit
yeah.
about her. How did she support your chess career, and how a little bit more about her?
So yeah, my parents
What's
were
her name? Padma.
Padmavati. Yeah. So we were they were staying in Vinchanampadu, and I was like initially I stayed at my grandparents' place, and then I went for schooling in Vijayawada and so on. So it was quite difficult for both my parents to not see me, like like every day sort of thing. But at that time there were some difficult it was not possible for everyone to move to Vijayawada or Guntur, like a big town. And yeah, for sure it was for me as a kid, it was very difficult to stay in hostel and so on. Every time my grandfather would take me, to back to hostel, I really didn't like it. But yeah, my I'm like my parents also, it was quite tough for them to stay without like to stay near me every day. But they kind of understood that it was important for me to stay in Vijayawada to be able to practice chess, and to go higher in chess. And it's hard to like say they did this for me or like that. But in general, like it's a long lengthy process, like years of various people's sacrifice, which is why I have been, I mean, I became a good chess player. It's
True, true,
I don't think it's just my own achievement, but there has been a lot of people's support, and like directly or indirectly, like sponsors, the support and so on. So that way the wishes of my parents and the understanding of them has always been supportive for me. And I guess that helped me to not just in chess, but I think to in life to just to be good and be positive and so on. So it was quite nice to have them as parents, and
true.
their support is great.
I think is this your father here?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I see that you're not so happy with this photo, but I couldn't find a very good picture with your father, so
no,
I
no,
had to
no.
use this.
Picture is good. Just I am a little bit, like whenever I see my wedding pictures, I'm little bit blushing or whatever.
Yeah, well, you look
um,
very smart here in your
yeah. Thanks.
sherwani and turban, and very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's nice. I mean, many of my relatives are there. But also, Lalit is there, I think,
Yeah,
on the left.
I have the pictures of your wedding. This I used
Sure,
it for your dad.
sure.
What's his name and what was his profession? And was he like your the first person? Like, of course, usually parents are the ones who sponsor you, and
Hmm.
support you. So was his support there for a long period of time until you
Um,
found a sponsor?
well, basically, I would say that for me is to like his name is Nageshwar Rao, and for me to play initially tournaments, it was very difficult. Like it, I cannot say that we had the money to go for some events. You had to borrow money in order to go somewhere, so it was not exactly that smooth, but even for coaching and various things. But okay, that those were difficult times, I guess, and my father did all he could um, to support me in stay in this profession. Like he understands that it's not easy, because as the higher I grew as a player, I would need more support to go. So it's a kind of thing which is needed constantly. Like it's not for 1 year or 2 year. So he was always supportive, and but for me, the most important thing from all my family members, parents and grandparents, is the confidence which they gave me for my chess. That's what I always say, tell them, because okay, probably whatever you give or not, but I mean, when I lose, it's very important to have the confidence that I can fight back and so on. So that is the kind of thing which I always I'm very happy to get that kind of support. So when I lose, uh, they would just say like, okay, you can win next time, and things like that. So for me, that was that was most important, and that helped me to stay focused for the next game. And be it my grandparents or my parents, it was this was the most important thing I got from them.
Yeah, yeah, and actually, this shows in your chess because, as I know, the most important thing for you has always been to win tournaments, to be there, to fight for the top places. The next picture is one where you are half seen. Only
Yes.
one eye can be seen. You are
Yeah,
behind.
I was pushing the guy so that I can be seen. I let's put it, that is the accurate. So this is Prathamesh, Venkatesh, Akash Deep, Aronyan. I cannot see the I think it's Riaz Ansev who was behind Levon.
Ah, okay. Yeah, yeah. This
Yeah,
Riaz and Sev. And this
yeah.
guy here is someone whom we have not identified
I
somehow.
don't think it's Kogan Arthur, because probably he was in a different category. But this is from Children's Olympiad '98 in Istanbul. There was one crazy story about this tournament. Like we went for excursion, and they told, like, we went without coach. So I think the oldest is Akashdeep, probably. Yeah, he was 14, I think, and we all were like 12, 13. And then like there was no coach for Indian team. We just went, and someone
You all
was
were alone, yeah, there.
yeah, I think late Umar Koya was there for a few days, but basically someone was taking care of us. And we went to this, this attraction park, where various rides and so on. So we were like kids and going all over. But they said, like, please be at the bus stop at, let's say, 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. And then there was around three let's say 250. We said, okay, let's go and watch this short 15-minute or 10 minutes or something. And then we saw this, and then we couldn't find the exit, and
Oh.
then we were in a panic. And then we just started running, and then we finally figured the exit. And then we were so lucky that the last bus was just about to leave, and then we just
Ooh.
ran and got it.
Oh my
So
God.
it was really lucky that we we ran, because we just thought, okay, they are not going to leave, like, okay, they said 4 p.m., but it's not going to be just like 4 p.m. It will be like 4 to 15:30 or something. And then afterwards,
Indian time.
I never wanted to be late. That was really scary experience for us.
But whenever I see you when you were young, it seemed like you were very naughty. Is it true? Like you like to be like make fun and stuff, because you can see in your eyes like you you want to make some fun there. Were you naughty?
Yeah, I think I was, yes. Like I never like it was always like in a jovial mode, but never like to to
Yes.
make personal remarks or to harm somebody. It's more like a jovial thing where afterwards we all together laugh about it. So it was always like that. Yeah, we had lots of jokes. In fact, there was one more prank which happened during this tournament. Uh, like
What was it?
it okay. So there is another player which who is not in this picture. I think Guilford. Thank you.
Is he here?
uh, yes, he's here. He's to my
To your left?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly.
He's here, so the people
Yes.
can
So
see.
we made like it was all four of us. Basically, we called to his room and said, organizers are asking us to pay for the extra night because we came one day early. And then he was like, oh really? And it's kind of a normal thing. And then we just told after like few minutes that no, we just called from the other room and it was fine. But joke was fine, but when next day when we went, they really asked us to pay.
And you really had to pay. And you.
No, somehow we managed, but okay, it was too much for us. Like one day before we were joking about it, and then next day when we went to the playing hall, it was like it's yeah. I don't know. It was really funny experience afterwards. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. Chaitanya Natraj says, "How are you so cool at endgames?" Chaitanya, we are going to come at endgames when we will ask Hari about this question. Pravalika Navuluru says, "Hari Krishna Anna, Mimalni." Uh,
Maybe I
uh,
should read Telugu. Yeah.
yeah, maybe. I mean, if you can see, but it's Mimalni Chusi Guntur Vijayawada e Kadu Motham Telangana and Andhra Andaru Niku fans Ayapoyaru. That was very tough. I don't know how much wrong I read.
Well, since I didn't, I understood half. I think you did very good.
You understood half only. Okay.
No, I did understand the
Okay,
thing.
okay, okay. He said, in the
Thank
end,
you.
he writes in English, "We will support you no matter what happens. Great job, Anna."
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for their wishes. But great. Please do write in Telugu. I am enjoying Sagar
One
reading
more,
in
one more.
Telugu. Don't write it. Don't write in English, please.
Arey, Harshvardhan says, Hari Anna Thopu Damunte Appu Nuvu Adite Min Draw. Adite Min
Okay.
Draw. I didn't understand what is Min Draw at the end, but
Can I read it, or I mean, can I see this, or I have to have another place? Like,
no, it's basically on the chat of this video.
Okay,
but
okay.
it's like
No, no, but it's fun, fun you reading it,
yeah.
so I'm enjoying
So,
it.
but you
It's
if you
great.
don't understand, then it doesn't serve the purpose. It's Hariyanna Thopu
Uh-huh,
Damunte Appu. Then there is a
uh-huh,
comma.
uh-huh.
Nuvu Adite Mindra.
So he says you are like you are. I mean, it's so difficult to translate. You know.
But you understood. You
I
understood.
understood.
Ah,
Thank
okay.
you. Yeah, I understood. I understood.
If someone writes something in Telugu, I wouldn't be. Sometimes I read super chats and I read something stupid. Here I don't
Uh-huh.
even understand. So please forgive me if I read something wrong.
No, no, but it's great. It's great. You will get Telugu language now. It's good. It's good.
Okay, fantastic. So this was this, and so when you were young, you won world championship,
Yeah.
and then
Uh,
you won. I think it was under 10 world championship that you won.
Yes, yes, 96 World Under 10 in Menorca, Spain. That was my first trip abroad, and I mean, I have like it was great memory because first time I was going by flight. So that was the I think from that event, the first. Most attraction for biggest attraction for me was sitting in the flight and looking clouds and stuff like that. So only after I reached there I was started to think about the tournament. So yeah, it's I remember that. I mean, it's one of the events which I remember very. It's close to my heart since this is the first time I went abroad and I won it.
And who was your coach back then? Who was the one who trained you?
Like we had a trainer from for whole Indian contingent, but I don't know. I mean, I was 96, so I was preparing with I not sure Shiva Prasad or Baba. I think these two were there, but it was more like computers were just coming, and I was also practicing with computer back then.
Okay,
Fritz five,
maybe yeah,
Fritz five, Fritz 5 or 6. I think it's already 6 era. Yeah.
nice, nice. So you actually got used to the computers and all very at a very young age in your
Yes.
chess
Yes.
career.
Yes. Yes.
Very nice. And the next picture I have actually is already a bit later. I think
Yes.
this is 2005, if I'm
Five.
not
Five.
wrong.
2005 Young Masters, Lausanne, Switzerland.
And you're playing against Magnus Carlsen.
Yeah.
Your ascent to 2600 was very quick, right? I mean, from being a talented youngster to reaching 2600 happened.
Uh, I think so. Like I reached 2600 in 2004, or yeah, 2004, maybe October or November. Yeah, I think October or November, around this period. Yeah, I was 18 years old. So at that time, it was really good because not that many tournaments I played. Oh no, actually I did. I reached maybe a little bit before. I cannot recall. It's so long time ago.
Yeah, yeah. But you were playing against Magnus, and I think this game was a draw.
Yes, I won the first game in some end game. I think it was Petrov or something. I had two bishops and he had bishop knight. I was white, and then I had to defend with black pieces, and uh, it was Lopez without h3, like early d4. And yeah, it was very tough game for me. Like somehow I drew with some tricks, but it was not so clear until the very end. So this was already he was already much stronger than his rating. I mean, it's ridiculous. His rating is just 25, 28 because
But
I
you could
think,
feel his strength at that
yeah,
point.
yeah, yeah, of course, of course. Like even when he was defending from black, or like the biggest asset is that no matter, like, he was 1 point down or anything, he just plays very freely, like, he wanted to win the game with white, and he was creating chances, like you feel that, okay, it's almost equal, and you are about to shake, I mean, you are about to finish the game, and then suddenly there is some some more discussion, like, let's play on for few, some more moves, and it goes on. So already by this time he was really, really strong. I think it was just a matter of time when he started winning against the top 10 players, and I guess that helped after Gary gave some valuable inputs to him, maybe in 2007 or 8.
Yeah, yeah. Scrib says, "Hey Hari, in Olympiad, you were that one player on which the whole nation had complete trust and hope."
Thank you, but I think it's a team effort. I
Yeah.
would say that, like I said, even before the Olympiad started, like, juniors would play key role.
Yes.
It's not like others won't, but they have their respective roles. But I believe that it was like, let's say, one player is having a bad position or something, then the other player is trying to equalize or win his game, and so on. So yeah, thank you, but it's a team effort, I would say.
True, true. And here is the next one where already Magnus is grown up,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's Tata Steel, I think 2017 here, and you are playing
uh,
against him.
this was the yeah, this was we traveled to some place, and it was quite like, there was some fine tactics with which the game ended in a draw. Is this the one, or it's
I'm not sure about the game, but I know that this
yeah,
is Tata Steel 2017. I can check the
okay.
game if you
I
like.
think it ended in a draw. It's probably Italian, if you can check it.
Sure. People in the chat are like, how does he have this memory of a 2005 game? He's saying H3 line and was not H3 was not played and all of this.
Actually, I remember games which were older than the newer. Somehow they are in my memory much. I don't know, somehow. I think it's
You were, I think you were
I was white. Yeah, I
white.
was white.
So this
Yeah.
one.
Yes, yes, yes. This is the one, I think. Yeah, it was some crazy. Yeah, B3 was a nice
Let
move.
me let me get this on the screen so
Yeah.
people can have a look at it.
Yes.
Uh, yeah. By the way, Hari, this position you see on the screen, I wanted to test
Yes.
you. Do you remember this?
Yeah, I think I do. It's I don't know. I mean,
Do you remember the move for black to play?
it's probably Rook F5 or
Yes,
something.
yes. This was exactly how you solved it back then. I have a photo of that. In fact, I
Yeah.
wanted to show the people this picture. Hari came to Mumbai for a tournament. I invited him to the office. This was Chess-baseindia office back then. I put a position on the chessboard. He sat down, and I told him the position was this one that now you can see here. And I told him what is black to play and find the win, and it took him exactly 5 seconds, and he said rook f5, and I can tell you this is not trivial. This is not trivial. It was very, very complicated. I don't know how you did it. And right now also, you solved it in a couple of seconds.
Yeah, I think okay. I mean, mostly like if you go G3, you will have some kind of defense with Rook G6 or something like that, and then King comes, and it will should
Yeah,
be a
and
draw.
then the
Some
king starts
yeah,
to.
King. So when the King comes before, you should be able to have this Rook F4, Rook G4 check. I think that's probably the key defense.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, also like you sort of.
Yeah, you
Uh,
stay with the pawn. Yeah, Rook
exactly,
F6, and yeah.
exactly, exactly. You stay with this pawn and you.
I mean, all your chess career, you thought rook should be behind the pawn, but this is one time you should skip that rule.
True, true. Prarthana Erla says, this is for Sagar sir struggling with Telugu. You were almost on point. You're doing a great work. More power to you and Amrita. Thank you so much, Prarthana.
Thank you. No, I was just kidding. You were completely fine. I was just kidding.
So this game that Hari was talking about with Magnus Carlsen here is this one, and you were playing with the. Just a second. Let me make sure
Yeah.
that it's on the screen. Yeah, this. There is one more. They are making me. They want my life to be. Hari Anna, Nuvu Gopodivi Appa.
Okay. He's saying, brother Hari, you are great. This one you got it quite well.
Pretty well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
pretty
then
well.
he says, wanted to ask you if you feel if each country has a distinctive play style. Can say most of the Russians be grouped together or the Indians? What builds a play style? Mainly the playing style. Is it distinctive based on country?
I think for maybe now it's not that relevant, but if you take like 20 to 30 years back, the information part was quite different from what you would get in US, in Russia and Western countries compared to South America or Asia. So therefore, they had to depend on tactics in almost every position, so that would suggest that players would play randomly in opening, but they are pretty good at tactics and various tricks. So that's how players from Asia used to be. I mean, some years ago, but now, of course, with information readily available, you learn many themes and so on. So now it's no longer like a particular player plays in just one way, because that way you cannot survive. As after few years, your opponents are well get used to how you play, and it's difficult to beat them.
Have to be
Yeah,
good.
I thought I was actually doing very well here, and then all of a sudden b3, he played b3, which was really nice. uh, and
He
yeah,
started counterplay on the queen side with
yeah,
this.
exactly. So bishop d1, queen b2, this rook is trapped.
Ah, and
So rook
it was
it.
actually typical Carlsen. I
Yes.
mean, he finds all
Yeah,
these tricks.
yeah. So rook a3, I saw this, and e4, and king h2 is the only move.
Because there could be a check and then
Rook
check
c1, rook
and you
h1.
lose the
Yeah,
queen here.
yeah.
Oh, so you had to play king h2.
Yeah, he takes d3 and bishop d5, and white is holding this position.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah.
One more question for you is from Chaitanya Natraj, who says, how much is intuition and theory needed to play endgames, and what is the mindset required, especially when you are low on time?
Uh, Okay, I think it's better to keep decent time when you are reaching endgame. So that could be one good thing. I think there are two types of endgames. Some require intuition, but at the same time, calculation is quite an important factor in endgame. And this is a common myth that players who are good at positional or intuition plays good end games. Actually, it's not true. I think in some of the end games, calculation must be very precise, and that is something why I suggest players to learn end games, so you can also calculate better for middle game. So it helps in both middle game as well as end games. And there are some end games, of course, you don't need to calculate that precisely, because you know them, that how to defend, or theoretical draws and things like that. But generally, I think calculation is quite important in endgame.
Tremendous, tremendous. We have a Vidit raid here. Vidit was streaming right now,
Okay,
and
okay.
people from there have come in here to watch this. So
Nice.
thank you so much,
Okay.
Vidit, for sending
Yeah,
people.
thank you.
Viraj Pandit says, congratulations for BL and Olympiad. Top players are competitive, and draw is the most probable result. How do you take it since you play to win?
Um, I think okay, probable result. I'm not entirely sure, but yes, the draw percentage in super tournament nowadays is quite high. But on the other hand, um, when players are playing some certain opening, it's more like a discussion. Like, we both work on that individually at their home, and then you kind of say, okay, it's better for white, no, it's not better for white, and so on, and then it's a middle game and so on. But draw is a result which you should accept, I think. And you have to accept all three results, actually, in my opinion. But draw is not something which you break your head, and you get very upset with. But what you should be upset is if you are not able to play your best chess on that particular day. But apart from that, all three results are possible in chess.
Brilliant. Uh, one person, I think Teja said, Sagar gives a position to Hari. It's an endgame position, and he solves it in 5 seconds. But Sagar, why are you surprised? It is an endgame, and Hari is solving it. Yes, that's true. That's true.
No, no, no. No, I think I might like the positions which I have seen. I might not be actually. Sometimes I don't remember. Like, my friends give same position, but sometimes I forget, and then I feel that I have seen this position, but I cannot recall. And okay, eventually I will solve it again. Like a new position.
Brilliant, brilliant. So, can we ask you to solve one more?
Yeah.
Because today is a very interesting story about this. This was a position that was given to me by Biswa. He
Uh-huh.
is one of the stand up India's top stand up comedians, and he is
Okay.
studying a lot of end games right now. And
Okay.
he gave me this position, and he's asked
Uh-huh.
me, what do you think is the result? White to play. And
Mm-hmm.
so your task is to find, first of all, what is the result, but
Mm-hmm.
secondly, you have to actually explain, and this is what the tough task was for me, to explain how white should win this, or I mean what's happening. So it's basically two part. So if you can think, by the way, yeah.
Um, yeah. So, okay, I think F5 or G5 is probably a draw. So, which basically rules out any pawn moves. Okay, actually, F5 is probably lost. So, he just takes on King F6.
Yeah.
So, you can just rule out the moves which are not possible to play.
Yeah, this is lost. Okay.
So g5, just king f8, king e7 is a draw, I think. Yeah, just king d7 or anything is a draw.
And then basically you just stay
Yeah,
here.
you just take king e8, king e7. So now we eliminate the pawn moves. Now you need to think about the king moves.
Yeah.
And now, okay, king d5 will be the normal move.
Yeah.
And I think king f6 or king f8. I don't know which
Let's
one
go
of
king
these.
f8.
King f8, okay. King d6,
Okay.
because any other move, I think it's a draw. A g5 or f5. Now, if king e8,
Two
I,
defenses basically. One is king e8 and another one is to stay here.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Now that will be kind of how do you call this, uh, distant opposition, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So let's say, okay, you can take king e8 or king g7. I don't know.
Let's go king
So
e8.
okay, once again, king e8 with king move, it's a draw, and g5 is a draw. So you have to try f5.
Okay. f5.
And g takes f5 is lost because king d8 or f8, f6, and it's lost.
Yeah, this endgame is lost because the
Yeah,
king will
yeah, you can
slowly,
show. Yeah,
like if you go here, king slowly comes in and picks up this pawn and it's winning.
yeah.
Okay.
So I think the only way once again is g5, f5, g5
Yeah,
maybe.
f5. Black has to go g5.
Yeah, and this is the critical point because if f6 it's a draw because king d8, king e5, king d7, king f5, king d6, it's a draw.
And when you take this pawn, he
Yeah,
comes here
king
and
e6.
you lose this pawn.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay.
So now how to win it? So we go. That's it. King e5.
Okay.
So now you go king e7, and now I go f6.
But it's the same, yeah. You go here.
No, I cannot do this. Yes. No, I need to get this opposition. But, yes, of course. King c7 and king c8 and f6. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
king c7, king
yeah,
e7,
king
king
c8.
c8, and he could come up,
Yeah, but that's lost because the pawn will be. Yeah, f5 pawn is much faster.
and then you take this guy,
f6.
uh,
Yeah, okay.
and
Something.
it wins.
Yeah,
And if here king c7,
yeah.
king e7, king c8, he goes king e8,
f6.
f6, and
Yeah.
you win. Okay, brilliant. Um,
I think king g8 is probably, I don't know, king g7 or king g8. One of these should be the.
More staunch defense, you mean?
Yeah, this is probably lost because king e7.
Okay, if I go here,
King g7 and f5. G5, king e8, and f6.
g5, king e8, and the king moves here, you go
f6.
f6 and
Yeah,
wins.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And
So you have to take
yeah, but
g
this is
takes.
also lost, right?
Yeah, yeah.
This is losing.
So the best defense probably is king g7,
Yeah.
and then I think king d7.
Why king d7 and not king e7?
Um, it's a good question because king e7 he goes king g8, and f5 takes, and king g7 is a draw.
So basically you need this position with black to move, right?
Yes,
So that's why you are actually spending a move
yes,
with king d7.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And if I go say king here,
Then I think f5 should be enough.
Yeah, and take,
King g7, king e7.
and this wins.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
I think king h7 is the best defense.
Here, yeah.
Because if king g8, then I have king e7, king g7, and f5, which is also lost.
Yeah, so king h7.
Yeah, this is what I was thinking from the very beginning.
Okay.
uh, if it's black to play, he's lost. The point is, if king is on h8, then I go f5. So I go king d8.
And if you go king e7, what is the
Then
problem?
king g7. Then
And
king.
this is
Sorry, king
always
g8. No, no, no. King g8.
because
King
here
g8. King
f5
g8.
would come, yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you
King
have to go
g8.
king g8.
Yeah, king g8. So the point is, actually, I want to play f5 here, but g takes f5, g takes f5, king h6 is a draw.
So you play king d8, and you
Yes. So
wait
king h8.
for him.
King
If he
h8.
comes to g7, then you go.
Then king e8, king g8, king e7, king g7, f5.
Yeah, and this is winning for you.
Yeah.
A-
Yes.
And if he goes king g8 here, then you would
Uh,
go same thing, yeah.
king e7, king g7, f5.
So this is the position you want to get always. Both
Yes.
king on e7.
So basically, if you understand which positions are winning, it's just the calculation then comes later on. But first, you need to understand which positions are surely winning for you. So one of the thing is that when the pawn is on f6 or g6 with the pawn on f5 or g5, this is winning. Like, to understand that any of these positions are winning. Like, let's say, okay, so let's make some moves. Okay, king
Yeah.
h8, king d8, king
King
h8,
d8, king h8.
f5,
Yeah.
takes, king g7, king e7, f6, king e6, king g8, king f6. Okay, king f8. Just to understand that these positions are winning, not
True.
like when the king. Yeah. So then I think king d8, king h8 position is maybe the most critical position, and I think f5 wins here. Because king h6, king g5 is not there, otherwise it's a draw. Yeah. And I think still it's not over now. Just I see that g takes f5, g takes f5, king h7, and
You should not play king e7 right now, yeah, because then king g7 is a
yes,
draw.
king g7, and it's a draw.
Okay.
So king e8 is probably enough. Maybe even f6 is winning. I think f6
Yes,
is also
f6
winning.
wins because after
Yeah,
king g6, king e7
king
is
e7. Yes.
this typical mind squares.
Yeah. Nice one.
Yeah, actually, this is. I mean, it looks simple, but it's very complicated to explain, right? If you have to
Yeah.
explain it to someone
Yes.
who's beginning to learn endgames, it's not
Yeah.
simple. How there are so many concepts. There is waiting
Yes.
move. There is distant opposition.
Yeah, so one of the starting positions could be to explain that when the position on sixth rank doesn't matter, like white wins, however it is. So if because usually you explain that when there is opposition, you cannot win, right? So that is first thing, and then to explain the distant opposition, I think also it's good idea to explain that deducing which possibilities are not like you can just remove the possibilities like f5 g5 in this position, so that way you can just calculate other moves quite in depth.
Yeah, one of the things which I find problematic for people who are improving at chess is that
Yeah,
they are unable to calculate in the end games because, and especially pawn end games, because this is a move, then king
yeah,
is going here, king is going
yeah,
here.
yeah,
It feels
yeah.
very confusing.
Yes.
Any way, any tips you can give for them that they can?
I think first of all, you need to remove the moves which are just not possible. I think this way your mind will not go back and forth to these moves. Like for example, you remove, let's say, f5, g5 are just this is not going anywhere, and then you start to think the king moves. So one of the thing which you need to realize is once the king black king comes to e6 or something, it's basically just I think it's a draw. So therefore it makes sense to go king d5 in this position. Okay, king c5 is maybe also possible but okay, it's not really necessary, I think. So king d5, and to stop this king from coming to e7 could be the first step to think about it, and then to realize that the only way you can win is to push f5 eventually, otherwise you cannot really get pawns here. And when you do that, you need to have king on e7 and king on g7. So these three concepts you should have in mind. I think
Here, king d7. Sorry.
no, king d7, because king e7 he goes king g8, and f5 he takes on king
True.
g7.
So
So
basically, you need this position with
yeah,
black to
this,
move.
yeah,
That's what you have to get.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So you have the winning position, and then you aim to reach there. So this is so that's why I say you need to calculate.
Calculation is the key. Amazing,
Yeah,
Hari. This was very well solved by you. Very nicely
thanks.
done.
Hi,
Uh,
it's nice position. I'm glad to solve it.
yeah, I mean, I was trying to discuss this with Biswa today, and it
Hmm.
was quite. I mean, we were chatting on, so it was not like
Ah,
we were
right, right.
talking. So I was trying to
Okay,
explain, and then he was like, "No, this is becoming too confusing." I said, "Okay, tonight, Hari will explain to you on the stream,
okay,
so maybe
sure.
he would
I
be."
I I, I hope I explained it. But it's not a simple thing. Like often this king and pawn end games. Like if you remember this, uh, the when the white has king g2, h4, g3, f2, and black has king on
Sorry, could you
if
repeat
you
it?
can, yeah, just put king f3.
Yeah.
No, no, I will make it more funny. So king g2, keep king on g2,
Hmm.
pawn h4, g3, f2, uh, black king g7, h7. No, black king on f6. Sorry, black king on f6, h5, pawn h5, g6, f7, and just keep queen on white queen on b3, and black queen on c6, let's say. So black gave a check, yeah, it's white to play, and then okay, you think, yeah, it's okay, we will shake hands, and you just play queen f3 and you will resign. Take king f5 and it's lost.
This is lost.
Yeah, this is lost, I think.
But how did you how do you know so quickly that this is lost?
No, this is like one of the known positions which are only thing you need to realize is that if king goes to e2, you go to g4. If you go to g2, you go to e4, and then you have f5, f4, and you take the pawn. And
This is okay.
yeah,
I think one
he,
of the key ingredients of becoming a good endgame player is to know a lot of such theoretical
yeah,
positions, right?
yes, definitely, definitely. The thing is, you play a nice game, you equalize against a strong player. He just gives innocently queen c6 check, and then for a moment you lose your focus, and instead of just moving the king anywhere, and he will agree to a draw. It's basically nothing, yeah. And then you play queen f3, and you are just lost in two moves.
Ooh, that would hurt. That would hurt.
Yes.
Amazing. Just picking up a couple of questions from the viewers. Nick James says, "Big fan. Take this question as a fun one. How about a team game of 3 versus 3 Different players for opening, middle game, and end games. Oh, have you
So
thought about it?
yeah, it's nice. Does it mean that we have three chess boards, or just one on one
On
chessboard?
one board,
Three.
one player
Uh-huh.
plays a opening,
Uh,
like A versus B play opening, then C versus D
yeah.
middle game, and D versus E. E versus F.
I think it's a very interesting idea. I mean, I have never it never occurred to me, but I think like this two players versus two players is quite normal, right? Like
Alternate moves, yeah.
alternate moves. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
but I think if such a format is held, everyone knows which phase you would be playing. So
No. Actually, I had quite, I mean, complex positions in the, like middle game. But okay,
but would you
I think
agree with this assessment that endgame is your forte? Like if you had, I mean, you're strong at everything, but still, if you say endgame is where you are able to trick most of your opponents,
I think so.
severely.
I think so. I also feel that it has got to do with little bit of end game is after 4 hours or 5 hours of play. So I think that plays is slightly in favor of me. So like to keep this um, like focus for a very long time. So that I'm 100% sure that if you give such end games, like to solve or something, I'm almost sure all my opponents will do it.
Hmm.
So it's but I do enjoy all parts of the game, but yeah, in games I really, yes, I enjoy.
The reason why I brought up this picture is because you said 4 to 5 hours, and I wanted to talk about your physical fitness. Is that
Yes.
playing a role in you becoming a better at than your opponents in endgames?
I mean, I'm sure they are also working very hard with physical thing, but for me to stay focused, I believe in physical fitness. I mean, although I was not really that fit in this picture, this particular picture,
Where
but
is this? This is in Beijing, I
this
think.
no, this was in Shenzhen
Shit.
when we had this rest day. So we were taken to ice skating. No, sorry, not ice skating. What is
Ice
this
hockey,
called?
yeah.
Ice hockey. Yeah, sorry, ice hockey. And of course, I was not in their shoes, not in their skating equipment, but I was in normal shoes. But it was not an easy task to shoot that from a long distance. It was a really interesting experience for me. And at some point this is like a professional team who were
They were your opponents, yeah.
yeah, they were actually training with the coach and so on. So like this lady was guarding like a goalkeeper. I don't think they call it goalkeeper, but let's stick to goalkeeper. And she was defending like two or three guys, where we were hitting from different sides, and then she could defend everything. So it was really nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, physical fitness I believe is quite plays quite crucial role.
You like badminton?
Yes, yes, I do. Actually, I played various sports depending on the availability. Like mostly table tennis was something which is always available. Especially when we used to play these junior tournaments and national premier, national this. A or B, because now it's Premier and Challenger, but when I played it was A and B. And all those times we used to play table tennis a lot. And badminton I was not really that good, but I'm okay, I think.
But you would recommend all the youngsters who are trying to improve their chess to indulge in physical fitness.
Yeah, I would strongly say it's not like if you want to, it's not that there is no way or something like that, but it's generally you helpful for keeping your energy for a very long time, and also to stay in the game at a high level for a long time. So that's the reason. It's not like it will change next day or next week or something, but it's generally for long healthy life.
It just adds up.
Yeah,
Vaibhav
definitely.
Vaibhav Srivastav says, Hari, who is your favorite opponent? That's a very simple question, but a very weird one. I have never heard. Who is your favorite opponent? That's a nice one.
Well, if I say it's a very tricky question, because if I say against someone who has my very good score, that would be a bit unfair. So I would say that I always enjoy playing against Magnus Carlsen. Like, my favorite opponent would be him. It's a great challenge, and it's I mean, there is nothing better than playing against the best chess player.
Amazing, amazing. IM Veer says, Hari Sagar, huge fan. Congrats on winning. Both of this is a question both of you, but I think mainly to Hari. With the surge in chess viewership, do you sense exciting possibilities for future? How does it motivate you, and how are you preparing for it?
Is it for me or
Yes,
for
yes,
you?
for you.
It's for me. I think it's great that the viewership for chess has improved in last couple of months, especially since the lockdown and the situation with less possibility for over the board events. And I can only see that it will improve further. And what can I say? I mean, the possibilities in the sense, like, what he means, like.
Well, there could be something like an a league now more positive. You have been saying there should
Sure.
be a league
Yeah,
happening. I
yeah. So, okay, those things, yes. Yeah, I got it. Okay. So, definitely there is a lot of possibilities to do something online, since like the recent Olympiad has been a great success with Indian fans, and the support they have given to Indian team. So this is the right time to start something with including top players as well as top Indian players and other juniors. So it could be mixture of something like Olympiad, but to start have a kind of league tournament with probably like cities, or it could be clubs, it could be cities, and it could generate great interest among Indian chess fans.
I have read actually articles where Hari has mentioned this, that it is time where India should have its own league. So it's I hope that this happens
Yeah.
and it comes about. In fact, Hari, I want to mention that on the final day of the
Yes.
event of
Yeah.
Online Olympiad, when we were streaming live on Samay's channel, there were
Yeah.
68,000 people at one point watching it
Yeah.
live, which was
Great.
really nice. And Anand Mahindra, who is the CEO of
Hmm.
Mahindra, he tweeted that he is interested to at least talk about Indian
Nice.
league happening. So maybe something could come out of it. I
Sure.
hope that it happens.
Sure.
Uh,
I mean, I told for Indian League already. I
yes,
think many years ago, like when you interviewed, maybe 5 or 6 years ago.
exactly.
Whenever someone would ask me, I would always say the same thing. The main purpose of the league, I would say, is that the juniors and like players who would not otherwise get chance to interact with the top players, be it Indian top players or like top 20 players in the world. That is a great opportunity for them right from the beginning of career, which can play quite important role.
Mr. Great One says, a follow up on my previous question. Having started in early 2000s, how has your game changed? Do you think you are more aggressive, balanced now than 2010?
2010 or 2000? Yeah.
Then 2010. He says that you start
2010.
having started in early 2000, like you
Sure.
started
Yeah.
becoming stronger
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
that point.
I think like a player, gets like his playing style does not really change drastically, like from positional to tactical or aggressive ones like that, but he just absorbs new way of playing. And it is very important to play the right way in certain situations, certain opponents, and it's kind of strategy how you are going to approach the game. So I don't exactly know myself if I am an aggressive player or positional, because some days I feel like playing aggressive, some days I don't. So it really depends on, I guess, my opponents. But I'm actually okay with any kind of position I get. So I always like when it is something unexpected or new for me. So then I'm actually more focused, I believe.
Nice. Uh, Pravalika Naurulu says, now this again, I have to be a little careful. Hari Anna just wanted to ask, Mama government etla Anna Miku help Chesara like
Uh,
Asalu support Chestera players ni e sports aina.
so I think the question is if our government is supporting chess players. So it's about the government support, I guess. Um, well, like I received some support in the sense like when I win some like world juniors and so on, whatever is the policy as per the policy. But in like in chess, it's much more like, I mean, I had sponsors who supported for my trainings and so on, because trainings are often the most expensive thing in chess, when you need to have trainers for permanent like seconds or something. um, so uh, for me, I'm not I mean, I'm earning from my prices, and I'm just basically paying from that. And I think like if there is no like if we have stable federation like without any issues, I think chess would be in the priority in the government supporting scheme, because I think we have brought so many medals in various competitions, be it Asian, Commonwealth, and various other things. Actually, Asian Games also we got gold medal and bronze medal. So basically, chess I think is in top. I don't know how they prioritize the thing, but definitely it should be looked into, and there should be uh, more to be support. Like the government could support much more for chess, because basically the most of the medals are from chess in terms of juniors, world juniors, or Asian, Commonwealth, and world team, and so on.
Yeah,
So I hope that they will look into it and change the policy and recognize the achievements.
yeah, I hope so. Also, we were trying to fight for the Arjuna Award, which has not been
Yeah,
granted since the last 7 years. So I hope
yeah,
that also
yeah,
happens
sure.
very soon.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
In fact, this is one picture which I wanted to talk about. This is an sort of an inter petroleum tournament,
Yes.
and I think you represent BPCL, and
Uh-huh.
their support has been quite steady. Yes, in your chess
Yes,
career.
yes, yes. So yeah, definitely. Like one thing which I believe Indian chess fans are aware of, but if not, I will tell once again the support of public sector, uh, where most of the chess players, not just top, but international masters, even rated players are employed. And so that's a great thing which public sector companies are doing for Indian chess players, and my thanks to them from all chess players. It's a great help, and not just support by monetarily, but also the employees of the company support wherever we are playing, and they are following the game, and so that's kind of helps to push your game further. And this is one event where all the chess players meet, as I can proudly say that this is probably the strongest tournament
Yes,
in India.
by far, by far.
So apart from Anand, everyone plays in this tournament, and I don't know when it will be held, but actually, if it will be held, chess fans can take a chance to meet all the chess players.
Yes, and also that would mean you would come back to
Yes,
India.
yes,
Here is one from this picture. You have your two friends here. One
yeah,
is Bartel, and the other one
hmm,
is Navara. So
yeah,
you made a bold decision at some point to shift to Europe. When was
yeah.
this happened, and you shifted to Serbia, I guess?
Yeah, 2015, and then 2018, I moved to Prague. I moved with my wife here to Prague in 2018. And yes, this is I think from European Club Cup or maybe World Cup. I'm not
I
sure.
think
Maybe
Club
it's
Cup.
World.
Ah, I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
So this is Novibor team members, and
Yes.
these two are actually fighting for the best trash talking person in in the team. So no, the two are my good friends. In fact, I just played in Poland in the same team as Mateusz Bartel, and we won the gold medal in Poland. um,
Amazing.
it's amazing with both of them. Whenever we lose, these two gentlemen will come up with their stuff, and we are ready for the next round.
Yeah, so one question for me was, how difficult was it to leave everything that was comfortable for you back home,
Yeah,
the food, the sort of familiarity, and to shift to Europe and to live there? I think at some point you were alone, then later on you had your
yeah.
wife joining in.
So I mean, I don't want to sound dramatic or all these difficulties, but yeah, like I think it was very difficult with various things. But I I just want to say that whatever difficulties I faced, it was always happiness at the end. So that is what kept me, like never felt like why did I do this or some things like that. But of course, I had support from my families and my wife. So without this, I couldn't have survived here. That's a fact. I mean, especially without my wife,
Yeah.
I am really hopeless.
But why did you make this decision? I mean, what is the advantage for a chess player to be in Europe as compared to India?
So I was playing many leagues, as you know, like in Bundesliga and various Czech Extra League and so on. So for each time, I had to travel like quite many hours, and I was getting tired, and it was also quite hard to practice. Uh, like it was difficult to manage the schedule, and also quite difficult to travel for just two games. This was one of the thing, and obviously it's much more convenient when you just have to, you can take a train and go to play league, and you have the opportunity to improve your rating and play train with your friends. So that was the part which I consider like very useful to that I am staying here.
Brilliant. Okay. And actually it has turned out very well. In fact, here is a small bit of statistics which I wanted to show to the viewers. Was that there was only one day in 30 years of Indian chess history where Vishy Anand was not India number 1, and that was somewhere in 2016 March, when Harikrishna was playing in the Bundesliga. Anand was at the candidates, and Harikrishna managed to surpass Anand by this elo. And I know, Hari, it's not something that you boast about or something that you are proud about, but still, this is quite a special achievement, to
Yeah.
become get ahead of Anand for one day. Um, how important is this for you, the rating and becoming top Indian or top 10 in the world?
I think it's really like, it's nice that you you put this picture. But yeah, like I remember there was a lot of interest about the number one discussion back then. Um, uh, I think it's nice to, to go to become Indian number one and so on. But generally, if you see uh, the rating, like, we were like 2763 back then, and now 2763 would be like in top 10 here. So
True.
I I feel that there is a lot to achieve for me in chess, and each step, like India number one and top 10, I see it as one step for my ultimate goal. And obviously, like, this is definitely any Indian chess player, even like one day to be like, it's point 0.3 basically, it means nothing, but even to be same rating as him, it's a great stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that he won games in candidates, and he got back the rating. And I also think that when he's at his peak, then you cross him, it's much more satisfying than you don't you he's losing rating and you cross him. That's not something which is encouraging for me. So I hope that we both play well and go high again in ratings.
Sure. Here's a nice comment from one of the viewers who says Hari Anna thinks like Mahesh Babu from one movie called Neno Kadin, rubbing his two fingers against the forehead while thinking.
Okay.
Are you a Mahesh Babu fan?
Yes, yes. So, I mean, if you are Telugu, you have. I mean, if you cannot avoid Tollywood and Telugu movies and all that. So, yeah, I watch Telugu movies and Hindi movies.
Brilliant. And now coming to Nadia, can you tell us, Nadezda, can you tell us a bit about her role in your life overall?
Yeah, I mean, I like when you ask like
Like,
this, I feel
you
really.
know, last time I interviewed you, it was in 2017, and you were not married back then, and you said,
Yeah,
let's wait, we
yeah,
will answer this question later. Now it's two
yeah.
years of marriage.
Yes.
It's a good
No,
time to ask, how did it all begin, and could you tell us a bit about this, your story with her?
okay, the story will take really lot of time. It's a long story, but to keep it simple,
Yeah.
like we played in junior tournaments, like this under 10 in Menorca, the first one which I won, and also in Spain. Probably you were not in chess back then, right?
No.
98. Amruta was
Yes,
there, I
Amrita was
think.
there.
Amruta was there. So yeah, those there she was playing in those events, but back then it was Yugoslavia. So afterwards we met, and yeah, things slowly uh, went well, and now it's okay. We are married for 2 years and some months, so I remember the date, not like you. Yeah.
Well, I'm a
And no,
journalist. I'm a journalist, so I keep track of when you got married and all of that.
right.
This is a beautiful
So
photo.
she has been a constant support for me, and like I said before, what can I say? I mean, it's not nice to say, but I'm quite dependent on her, so you can say that.
That's very nice. Actually, I would say that that's very cute to say that. And your wedding was such a star-studded wedding. So many big personalities, but I particularly like this picture where the entire chess fraternity gathered.
Yeah.
In fact, I can see so many top players.
Yes.
Behind you is
Yeah.
Surya, Padmini, Isha, Tanya, Harika, Sashi, Lalit, Gopal, Vidit, Abhijit Kunte, and then Manisha Mohite, Surya's wife Sudeshna,
Yes.
Abhijit's wife Meghna. There is Priyanka Nuttakki. What a beautiful picture this one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, these are whenever you put my marriage pictures, it brings back nice memories. I won't sound like a typical husband to say, oh, this is my freedom or something like that, but yeah, wonderful, and like I cannot thank them that they all could make it, and give their best wishes. In fact, I guess okay. I think Adiban was also there, but he had to leave for he had to go somewhere, and like actually Sashi came as not only Sashi, but some of them came directly from Aeroflot. So I'm sure it was quite tiring, and so still they could attend, and I can only thank them for coming.
Yeah, yeah. And there are some beautiful pictures from this wedding which I would just like to show the viewers.
Yeah, sure, sure.
It was held in Vijayawada. It was held in Vijayawada,
No,
yes.
no, Hyderabad,
Hyderabad.
Hyderabad,
It was held in
Hyderabad.
Hyderabad, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, here you are pouring rice, which is
Yes,
one of the ceremonies,
yes,
and this is after you got married. Very
yes, yes.
nice. And actually, this one picture is also very nice. It's with Aruna. I remember
Yeah.
that I and Amruta were in Moscow at that time with Vishy. He was playing
Yes,
in
yes.
Tal Memorial,
Yeah, yeah.
and there was one particular video that we saw that day.
I am going to close my eyes. But you should play the Adiban video.
I don't have that.
You don't.
Do
Okay.
you have
Yeah,
it
yeah,
with
yeah.
you? By in case, I would like to publish it just like how this, because I think that was an amazing dance. I've seen it, but
Uh-huh.
for now, we will see that Hari is actually not just an amazing chess player, but he is a tremendous dancer. Uh, I must make sure that.
Actually, I do. I am actually quite shy person, to be honest. Like but just dance is something which I really enjoy, and that's yeah.
Did you learn dancing?
No, I think I had like maybe few, like 3 4 lessons, but not really trained or something.
Ah, okay. I'll make sure that you can hear the sound. It's a family party. It's a family party. It's a family party. It's a family party. I don't know exactly what am I more impressed with, your endgame skills or dance after this interview,
Okay,
but
I hope Endgame. I hope Endgame.
but this was really nice. I mean, you were dancing quite easily, and there were some quite tough steps. I wanted to tell the viewers, Aruna was there, Vishi's wife, and also Sudeshna, Surya's wife, and
Actually, she is trained dancer.
Aruna, yes.
Aruna is trained
Yeah,
dancer, of
yeah,
course.
yeah.
Yes.
That is true. And we
Yeah.
actually saw this video in Moscow and we were so impressed. And then I think it was Manisha Mohite who sent me this
Yes.
clip,
Yes. Yes.
and
Yes. She
and
was
I
there. Yes.
and I published it.
Yeah.
Uh, Uddhav Raj says, Hari, who do you think will be the next candidate? Maybe he's saying who will be the next challenger.
I think it would be a good question. When will be the next candidates? I mean, the next part of the candidates. But well, Nepo and MBL are leading. So it really depends on the quarantine. Like if they play without quarantine or with quarantine, and various things are in place. But I would say one of these two.
Wonderful. In the chat, everyone's saying Dance Base India. They changed name of this channel. When I do these streams, there was one stream I did with Niklesh and Angela, and then Magesh
Uh-huh,
and
uh-huh.
Anuprita. So it became
Yeah.
Love Base India. Now it's
Yes.
Dance Base India. Then there was once
Right.
I was interviewing with its sister,
Yeah.
who makes very nice chocolates, and they made it
Yes. Yes.
Choco Base India. So
Actually, yeah, yeah. I think I got some nice gift from Vidit's sister and his mom. So, like, she's really good in this. Also, she is good at interviews, right?
yes,
Interviewing.
yes, yes. She interviewed Anish at Tata
Anish.
Steel, and
Yeah,
that was
Anish. Yeah,
that was a
yeah,
very nice one.
yeah.
I am Veer says Hari gives the most matter of fact answers. Love it. Yeah,
Thank you.
I've seen this, Hari. In fact, even in Surya's channel, once you were there, you were answering all the questions of the viewers. It was tremendous. You do it with great patience and with quite a lot of objectivity and honesty, which is unbelievable.
That's necessary for endgame. I'm joking.
Yeah. And yeah, I am Veera. I ducked your question about chess popularity because you can ask me anytime. Today it's Hari here. Goblet Fire says Hari is so sweet. Uh, that was his super chat.
Okay. Thanks. Thanks.
And well, you are upset about the change in timings of the improving chess series. Well, can't help it. It's in the afternoon now.
You are a teacher now, yes?
Well, I was doing this series every day in the morning.
Okay, okay.
It is now reached 87 sessions. So it started
Oh,
2.5 months ago,
right,
and
right,
or 3 months ago. And
right.
for 85 sessions, it was 8 a.m. And now the
Uh-huh.
last two sessions, I've shifted it to 2 p.m. because I wanted people to actually join in, more people, because morning
Right,
was
right.
becoming.
Sure,
And so
sure,
some
sure.
people are sad because
Okay.
they had made a habit to wake up early.
Of course, yeah, yeah, I understand. I understand.
Okay, and what about food, Hari? This is a very nice picture. I remember about
My
you.
plate is full, Sagar.
I think this was a trivia in Chess Base India I had kept in 2016 Baku Olympiad, which was like give the
Oh,
best
okay.
caption to this picture,
Yeah,
and there were so many nice captions that had come.
right.
But are you a foodie?
Yes, I like I like to try different cuisines actually, and I'm fond of sweets. Um, Although I mean I shouldn't be eating, but chocolate is my uh, let's say favorite. you know, and I like many different kinds of food. Just whenever I go to some new country or new place, I try to eat something from there. And I can tell you, like the Mexican food in Mexico tastes completely different from what is outside,
Maybe the
and
Indian Mexican food, people who like it may not like the Mexican food in Mexico.
it's quite possible, and also, there is like quite some time I always thought that Pizza Hut pizza is pizza, but then when I played in Turin Olympiad, I realized okay how wrong I was. But I mean, it's just amazing that the local cuisine is just so wonderful, and I like to taste different foods.
Yeah, and in a typical day in life of Hari, what is the sort of cuisine you eat? Is it Indian? Is it Serbian? Is it Czech food? How is it? Or is it?
I think we have like Naja can cook various kinds of foods, and she tries to mix it a bit. Like sometimes Indian, like when we really feel like some spicy and stuff like that. So, and when I say Indian, she can cook some from South India and North Indian
Wow.
dishes, and Mexican she is pretty good, and Italian not really. I mean, like pizza, pasta, not pasta sometimes, but mainly Mexican, and and sometimes also Serbian, because Serbian consists more of meat, and also they have some veg dishes, but yeah, for me whatever she cooks it's good. So I don't have to think or ask like can we have. And yeah, Mediterranean food is something we also have time to time, like just some salads and fish and stuff like that.
And you also do cook sometimes, or how are you as a chef?
Are you joking?
No, I'm just asking you. Not so good, yeah.
I can cook, but no one can eat.
Okay, got it, got it.
Even I cannot.
Harsha Indukuri says, Hari Anna, Ela Unavu.
Yeah, it means how are you? I'm good, thanks.
Fantastic.
Bagunnanu.
Shashank Shukla says, keeping rankings aside, Hari Bhai is probably the best in India currently and one of the world's best. His chess is flowing like a serene river. Yeah, agree. Agree.
Thank you. Nice way you put. Yes, Serene River. Nice. Thank you.
And finally, coming to the youngsters, this is a very nice picture I like because
Norway Chess 2016.
Nihal came there as a visitor. He was a 11
No,
year
he
old.
played. He played. No, no, he played an event there. I think there was an open tournament.
Ah,
I
he played
think,
there. Okay.
or maybe he came for visit.
I
I'm
think he
not sure.
played a tournament nearby somewhere and then he
Yes,
came to
yes,
visit
yes, yes,
and
yes,
he
yes.
he
Yeah,
met you there and this was a nice picture. And
yes,
then after a couple of years, you both faced
yes.
off at Tata Steel Chess
Tata
India.
Steel. Right,
And
right.
then I have another picture here of you facing
Yes.
Prague at also, and they both were part of the team with that
Yeah.
won the Olympiad. How do you see
Mhm.
India's future overall?
Tremendous growth from these two, I don't know, I should say kids because they are still kids. So now they are 15 and 16, I guess, yeah, 15 or
Nihal is
yes.
16, Prague is 15, yeah.
Prague is 15. Yeah. So last 2 3 years, the play of their both these players have improved quite exponentially, I must say. And I mean, like, I told before the event started that this is a great advantage for Team India to have a junior boy as well as junior girl. And I played against both of them in Tata Steel. I think Nihal played in the Rapid and Preg
Yes,
played in the Blitz.
true.
Yeah, yeah. So it was amazing to see how they are fighting, and the chess concepts are already there in them, and it's just a matter of experience, which I believe will take. sometime, and they should be in 2700 soon.
Brilliant, brilliant. Hari, it was tremendous pleasure talking to you. Thank you for sparing time. You are extremely busy. You played the Olympiad, then you played the tournament in Poland, and now you're just back home. And you decided to spend time here. So I'm very very grateful. Also, I think the crowd enjoyed this tremendously. They got to know you better. I can see
Thank you.
some comments like never seen such a sincere and honest person. By looking at Harikrishna, one cannot forget the fact that he is India number two and yet so grounded.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
it has been very nice talking to you. And Hari, what are the next plans? Any tournaments lined up for you?
Yeah, actually, I'm going to play in the St. Louis
Ah,
Blitz and Rapid, which is going to start from 15th of September. So that's like 8 or 9 days from now on.
it's online, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's online. It will start. It's from 15 to 19, so it's rapid. First 3 days is rapid, and next 2 days is blitz, like a typical format for rapid and blitz. You know, and then I think Carlsen and Hikaru and everyone is playing. And maybe not everyone from top 10, but most of the top
Well,
10
we'll be
players are
following
playing.
you. We'll be following you
Sure,
because
sure.
it's going to be all eyes. All the fans are going to follow this
Okay,
tournament,
sure, sure.
and it will be great fun. So we wish you
Thanks.
good luck. And
Thank you.
once again, thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you. And I also want to thank the fans for supporting the whole team and me personally as well. So it's my pleasure to come and express my opinions. Thank you.
Thank you, Hari.
Yeah,
See you.
yeah. See you.
Well, guys, that was Pentala Hari Krishna. It was a fantastic interview. Uh, Nearly 1.5 hour, 1 hour 40 minutes we spoke, and it was we got to know so much about him. Such a calm, cool personality, but at the same time, so focused about chess that he made such tremendous decisions, tough decisions in his life to make sure that he, uh, reaches the top. Shifted to Europe. He's living there and doing so much for chess. So thank you all for being such wonderful viewers. Rohit Parik says, Sagar, Hari, what do chess players do special about their memory that they are so good at memory would help in chess and general life? Rohit, I think this is a question we will ask Hari next time when we meet him. Also, Chaitanya Natraj says, what is your future aim and when will you become the world champion? The day is not far. I think when Hari finishes his tournament in St. Louis, and if he does well, I think this would be an apt time to get him back and answer the remaining questions. But until then, guys, thank you so much for being here. See you. Bye bye.